Montalvo Broadcasting Network. Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to ebay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on ebay.com.
Hi, this is Jaja. Come shop with us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Sign up for Poshmark using our code ANTICULTURE. That way you can have $5 in your pocket when you join up and you can buy something from our store. We have mad stuff like upcycle things, Armani, Hurley, O'Neill. We upcycling all kinds of things like LL Bean. And plus we got our tie-dyes and just mad stuff. Just come check us out. Also you can sell your own stuff too using the Poshmark app. But sign in first using our code ANTICULTURE. And you can find us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Or when you're up in there, just at Anticulture us. And you can look under the people. Check you out. Peace.
Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to ebay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on ebay.com. Bruce Montalvo.
Continues to spread conspiracy theories.
Penchant for promoting bogus conspiracies as though they were fact.
Montalvo, Bruce Montalvo.
About his conspiracy theory.
This is CNN, a network of China broadcasting systems.
Bruce Montalvo is the only radio talk show host that's not controlled.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the most excellent, the most masterful, the man of 1,000 conspiracies, live from the epicenter of cool. This is the Bruce Montalvo Show.
With the hostess, with the smokesters, you know what I'm saying? Jaja in the house. What's up, y'all?
The hostess with the smoke sticks.
And the mostest and the most tits.
And I'm smoking on them right now, folks. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. It is February 19th, 2016. And I want to remind you, folks, be sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Be sure to follow Bruce Montalvo and the Bruce Montalvo Show on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And also be sure to check us out at exposednewstv.wordpress.com and exposednewsalternative.wordpress.com.
Be
sure to check out Jaja on her Twitter. Check us out. You can listen to us, folks, via iPad, iTouch, Android phone. just go to Google and search The Bruce Montalvo Show, or go to Spreaker.com, and you can find us there by simply searching The Bruce Montalvo Show.
Yeah.
What's up, Jack?
You can find my stuff on iTunes also, you know.
That's right.
My site's down, but I'm going to put it up eventually, put it back up. But all my music, well, a lot of my music's up on iTunes, so you could just type in Jaja. I don't know, I got a few albums up, got a lot of singles and a couple of whole albums. But we're mastering a few more, putting up a new one.
You bitch slap Hillary Clinton. That's right, because that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get Hillary Clinton in the White House with Benghazi. But remember, folks, we're always live 9 p.m. Eastern on TalkStreamLive.com. That's TalkStreamLive.com. So, how are we doing today?
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. It is February 19th, and wow.
Somebody died this week.
What is this, Ghost, a hoax? Look, the name of this show, I'm going to let you know, the name of this show is Nazi Facebook Police Exposed. No Islam criticism allowed. Now, you know I'm pretty pissed off, and it feels like I've been talking to police all day, right?
Yeah.
And literally, I mean, now Facebook has their own freaking police department, folks, and if you think you could just go and make fun of, you know, Arabs by simply saying the obvious, which is they can't fight. I mean, folks, I follow boxing, okay? I follow boxing so much that now Manny Pacquiao himself has proved that he's a listener of the Bruce Montalvo Show, because you heard his colorful language regarding the Lavender Club saying that they're worse than animals.
Yeah.
They're worse than animals.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I'll get to Manny Bakla Gate Pacquiao in a bit.
No, but it's really ridiculous, Bruce, because...
No, the Facebook police.
No, I mean, you were just
here.
saying from your observations, like, maybe you should have presented yourself, according to my observations, the ratio of most Islamic or Arabic heritage people in terms of professional boxing has been 0 to 50 million, and show me one.
They can't fight.
There was just a fact-based comment that you actually had got a problem for. It was not. There was nothing.
Here's the thing.
Racist about it.
Nothing
I'm sorry.
at all.
Nothing racist.
I am a boxing aficionado. I merely commented on
in your professional opinion.
That's right. I merely commented on Amir Khan talking about Mayweather's is scared of me, Pacquiao's scared of me, and Garcia's scared of me. I went on there. I said, look, man, you can't fight. Last time I checked, Danny Garcia, the guy that knocked this freaking goat eyeball eater out, his dad said that this goat eyeball eater couldn't fight. The Arabs couldn't fight. So I was merely repeating what a professional boxing coach,
okay. But when you talk like
who helped knock this guy out, said.
When
you know what I'm saying?
When you speak like that, you need your 20-gallon hat, and you need to talk like I miss.
Oh, well, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to start talking about nappy hair and my point. But here's the thing. So I commented. I said the Arabs can't fight, and I called this guy a chump instead of a champ. Now, I also posted this video where this guy's getting knocked out by one of the guys that he says he's afraid of. So I merely stated, dude, this guy Garcia's dad is right. Arabs can't fight. I mean, who did this guy fight last time? Amir Khan, the guy I'm making fun of. The guy that the Facebook police sent after me because I said Arabs can't fight. Okay? I'm like Dan Raphael from ESPN, only I'm not a big fat cheese-eating bastard like that guy talking about boxing.
Boxing. I mean, you didn't say they can't sword fight.
I was stating my opinion.
Maybe it's possible they could beat you out in a machete fight, right?
You know, I'm not going to say that I could go in the ring and, like, next thing you know, I'm going to start fighting Roy Jones Jr. for $100,000 because it would be unfair because I would need at least a year of training because that guy's Roy Jones Jr. And last time I checked, he's Russian or something. So, you know, he's like freaking Drago in his mind. He's got, like, steroids up his fucking sphinx right now. The Russians are just putting all sorts of,
experimental drugs
in between his fat toe, and who knows what they're doing. So, you know, only a fool would get in the ring and fight Roy Jones Jr. in a month, folks. I mean, you literally need, like, a year to fight this guy. But look, I'm a lover, all right? I'm also a fighter, too, but John knows I'm a lover. But here's the thing. They sent the Facebook police after me, this commie Facebook community. They sent them after me merely because I stated my opinion that Arabs can't fight. and it's not just my opinion, but it's the opinion of the guy who knocked this guy out, who made these claims, Amir Khan. So, Facebook, how about I give you 5 across your damn commie lips, you freaking bastards.
But Mark Zuckerberg is not Jewish. Just
Mark
remember
Zuckerberg.
that. Remember that he's related to the Duke of York and Fergie. So,
first of all,
and David Duke.
Look, they're a bunch of freaking crack-dealing gangsters. Nazis. Look, they create this Facebook, right? And I don't give a damn if they ban me for a day from Facebook. Okay, I don't give a damn about your communitarian Facebook Nazi community. Okay? First of all, there's this report right here from the Telegraph stating Facebook addiction activates the same part of the brain as cocaine. So there you have it. Facebook is no different than a freaking crack dealer on the side of the street.
No wonder why they give you so much fake news.
Exactly.
I mean, yesterday there was even
You see those news feeds?
Oh my God.
Make your freaking brain turn into freaking jello.
Even on mainstream, they're like, some kid was tied to his to the bed by his parents because he admitted that, and they were waterboarding the 13-year-old kid after he admitted that he inappropriately touched the genitals of his dog. I mean, to me that sounds like fake news. I mean, that's so absurd.
To me, that sounds like something that Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 would do, but go on.
Yeah, but I mean, news, admission, I mean, the kid would never admit that. Why would a kid who would do that admit it? And why would a parent waterboard? I just said, it looks so phony, and like, they probably just wanted to see people's reactions. They admit that you're allowed to have fake news. It's fake propaganda news.
We've covered that, but that's almost as phony as Manny Pacquiao coming out and saying that he thinks that gays are as bad as animals. You just stated somebody got waterboarded for grabbing his dog's nuts. Well, here's the thing. Manny Pacquiao's over here saying that they should waterboard fags.
Yeah.
British cigarettes.
Yeah.
He's saying that he doesn't want to hang out with Magic Johnson anymore.
Well,
either.
Anybody that says that...
That's the biggest British cigarette of them all, Magic Johnson. I mean, I remember watching basketball back in the day with my old man. And they used to wear these little short shorts, and they had Magic Johnson in the freaking hot tub with Isaiah Thomas. I mean, that's some of the gayest shit I ever seen back in the day, man. The freaking NBA, man. What the hell's wrong with those guys?
Yeah.
Or if Isaiah Don, I'm just boy.
Well,
what the hell's wrong with
my
those guys?
attitude is that anybody that's got so much shit to say on gay people like that, and like really mean it, and like.
But you know, I don't have a problem with it. I'm a sexual libertarian, all right? Like those neocons that eat coleslaw and spit freaking coleslaw while they eat.
But, you know, of course, you're going to say that because most people that do come out and start freaking out about gay people is gay themselves are just repressed.
Exactly.
The people that have the biggest problem with it is the Catholic Church. They're the ones with those reformist groups trying to change people's sexuality.
I think the biggest problem
biggest
someone has with gay is Kanye West right now.
Oh.
Now, what do you make of this guy running around the art world talking about he's so broke he needs to get an art grant? I know you got something to say about
firstly,
that.
You know why he's so embarrassing is because as a gay man, which he should, he should just accept it, and he should not be hiding it.
That guy's fruitier than a box of
he makes gay men be like embarrassed to be gay and even gay men have said, "Oh, don't tell me he's gay. Oh no, don't claim me him." You know what I'm saying? I have friends that are like, "Oh, we don't want him, John." I'm like, "I'm sorry to tell you," but that's what I mean. Guys like him, they even like charade as a straight man. And the gay men don't even want him. So, like, this guy is so right. He's so like horrible as a person that even this art grant. I mean, why is a filthy rich stinking con man who's actually robbed me continuously, taking my songs, giving me threats both in songs and out of songs, like on our before it's news. This nigga fucking comes out and like wants an art grant now because he thinks an artist. Like, my shit's really in museums.
He's just laughing at poor people. Some rich, bougie scumbag that's just laughing at the common folk, laughing at the groundling, laughing at
He's laughing at the art man. And he's laughing at the fancy folk, too.
He's got all his Illuminati freaking funny
Bruce,
money.
The gross thing is that he's laughing at the people that really deserve it, and they're also hardworking, and some are
Exactly.
like artists. They have no class. We have no class. Not like no class, like trash. But I'm saying we can kind of transcend from like highs to low. We're one of these really weird class of people that the government like always needs to watch because we're transient. They can't just like say,
like the merchants, like the Jews that were watched during the Holocaust by the freaking Nazis and the SS. They were watching the merchant Jews because they were great for their poetry and they made things. They didn't take things like the America of today.
Yeah, like there's this lady that like, I mean, there's people on Etsy that actually, one lady actually purchased our things and has a shop now. She's got an affair upstate and she copies even the new work. I mean, it's so badly copied, but the fact that this woman has no ideas, she went ahead and put chains on bracelets on these repousses, and they look so weak. She's cheap. Her style is crap. She's ruining good pieces, but she's brazenly just stealing our shit.
That's right, and that's the thing. They're just brazenly stealing from us. They're harassing us, folks, left and right. Okay, the Facebook police is coming after me just for stating the facts, stating that Amir Khan couldn't box his way out of a wet paper bag. And here's the grand tamale, folks, the big wow in how I've been dealing with freaking pigs all day. And, you know, I respect cops. They're the thin line between just keeping the scum, the filth, the trash in line, keeping them from just creating total anarchy. And when I say anarchy, I mean the messed up version of anarchy, not the real version of anarchy. I'm talking about the anarchy where they're breaking windows and smashing car doors and everything, folks. I'm not talking about growing your vegetables out in the middle of nowhere. But I have been seriously dealing with tyranny, folks. I mean, the school system literally thinks that they own your children now. Okay, the Jesuitical educational run learning facilities throughout America now believe, just like that MSNBC anchor Melissa Harris Perry, they believe that your children belong to the state, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what are some of the troubles I've seen? I mean, I called my children's school, right? I mean, I'm over here in New York, and I'm calling because I have an emergency. I need to talk to my kid. And they deny me the right to speak to my own kid. They say they will not because it's a civil matter and whatnot. Okay, so, I mean, what civil matter? I have 100% custody. I'm calling the school. I'm not asking them. I was telling them to let me speak to my kid. And these bastards, these communist bastards, think that they're above the law. They think that the state now has full and total control of your kid. It's truly just outrageous.
I have that song. It's called Total Control. You can go to iTunes, look up Jaja, Total Control. Great track.
Anyway, besides how great your track is, what do you make of my statements? I mean, you're sitting here, you've seen the troubles I've seen. Why don't you comment to the Bruce Montalvo Nation, to all the Montalvo bros out there listening, of how dire this situation is?
It's just not fair. Whatever. What we're to say, Bruce? I mean, you know, sorry, but I mean, it's terrible. That's all that I got to say. I had nothing to deal with. I mean,
how do we fight back against these commies that now think that they can just step all over the parent? And if anybody's listening, folks, if anybody's having this happen to them where the school is taking the part of the parent, why don't you give us an email over at the Bruce Montalvo Show at gmail.com. Let us know what are some measures we could take legally. Don't give me any patronat crap. Just let me know what you can do to fight the state who now thinks they're the parent. Because that's my beef.
I have an idea. Maybe you should call Rule of Law Radio. Those guys are great.
Those guys are great. Very great show. Good friends of ours.
You know, and they're, I mean, probably it's a good place to start because they at least know a lot of different situations, you know, jurisdiction, at least, and how to...
But that's the thing. That's the malevolent authority that we're facing today, the autonomous autocracy that we have to deal with, where now the state has taken total control of our freaking children. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Meanwhile, the Pope's visiting Mexico, and there's this little freaking girl that has to go on her knees to sing to the freaking pedophile bastard. You understand? I mean, what kind of world is this?
What happened with the Pope this week, when he fell on a retarded kid?
No. What happened? What actually happened was that there was a Mexican midget wrestler that kicked him in the nuts, and that's why you see him making that face. That face. No seas egoísta. Don't be selfish. There's plenty of Pope for everyone. That's what he was saying. That freaking Jesuit bastard that wrote the Quran. You know those bastards, the Jesuits wrote the Quran.
Yeah, that's why they're the ones. They're Nazis. So basically, they're turning around, trying to incriminate. They know that they ain't gonna get it shut down by you dissing Nazis, okay? But they're gonna try to fuck with you if you're gonna try shit on Muslims. But meanwhile, if you go to the Muslim friends, or you go to like Jeff Francis or some of these other Jew hater blatant anti-Semites. Yeah,
I hate those bastards.
I mean, like I can name like 10 of them.
For those bastards,
I'm sure if they say shit about Jews like every other sentence, and why if they really say stuff about Jews, so why aren't those pages being shut down? And I think that people need to just. I don't know. See, what they're trying to do is create a snitch society.
So you want to counter the Facebook police? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's making us into like fucking snitches, and I hate that shit too. So, what they're doing is inadvertently trying to make you like a Mossad agent, but meanwhile, them niggas is
I ain't getting any Mossad money.
Yeah, that's right. But
I mean, where's my Maserati first and foremost? If I was getting Mossad money,
I never said you were.
I'd have a nice.
They're trying to set you up. They're trying to fuck your game up, right? The little Nazis and shit, they're standing around going, oh, you can't say shit on Muslims. The Muslims probably ain't even saying that because they ain't even seeing it, because they're busy saying shit on Jews too. Because trust me, I have a lot of Muslim friends, and my page used to look
That's why they're no different than the Catholics. That's why the Catholics wrote their own book, because they have the same ideology. And guess what, Zabu? You can't fucking fight, okay? And Judaism predated Islam, you stupid goat-eye-eating bastard. Okay. I don't care what you say. Arabs can't fight. Caps locks, italic. Arabs can't fucking fight.
Okay, Bruce, so why don't you put it all out for, make it even game? So name one Jew that was a better fighter than a black.
I'm all out of words right now. Okay. I gotta fire up Google.
So this is not against Arabs. You understand? This was just a fact-based point. And now I call
they're trying to come after me like I hate Arabs. I really don't. They're just like Catholics. I grew up Catholic. I pity the fools. That's what I pity the fools. Stupid. They're trying to make me out like I'm the next Salman Rushdie or whatever,
So now if you say the same... So what if you say this comment is that Jews and Arabs can't fight? So I'm saying, so now you hating Jews.
I didn't say Jews couldn't fight. I mean, how about Judah Maccabee? That guy could fight. Judah Maccabee.
Huh?
The Maccabee? What's his name? The guy the Hanukkah is based off of.
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but that must have been like a couple of thousand years ago.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You want to talk about legendary fight? I'm throwing out a legend here.
Okay, that's some biblical shit.
Exactly. Well, there's one fucking fighter right there for you.
David was Jewish.
There we go. Yeah. David. Hey, we're mentioning him. Bet you the Rebbe somewhere was pissed off. You can't mention one good Jewish fighter. What the hell's wrong with you? Listen, now I sound like Jackie Mason.
Any Jewish
snickering hour.
Yeah, that fake Jew probably. He's probably a fake Jew.
Every time I hear Jackie Mason, there's like some snickering fucktard in the back.
Right? I don't know any good Jewish fighters, Rocky. Do you know any good Jewish fighters, Rocky?
Me, because I'm El Gran Sephardim. If you see me out in the middle of the street, you'll see how good I am, folks.
You're not doing Rocky.
Now check. I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Now, that's a combination of two characters there. But for those who know. But here's the thing. You were mentioning terrible characters, and you were mentioning how Kanye West has stolen from you. Well, all over the news, it's at the forefront right now, folks, where Apple and Apple devices and the NSA, the government, they just want complete control of Apple, and they want a backdoor. Now, there was a message sent out by Apple in which they stated that they were not going to comply with the government's demands to allow them that back door. And I'm saying it's a bunch of hooey.
A bunch of hooey.
Literally, a bunch of hooey, ex-NSA, CIA, sides with Apple and FBI phone encryption. Look, the fact of the matter is they already have a program in place. They've had this program in place since 2012, I believe. It's called Dropout Jeep, which already allows the agency, the NSA, to intercept any type of communication, any type of email from your Apple. So Josh saying that Kanye West and their bougie, boule, Illuminati, fucktard crew were able to, just take music from her. And that's because they're able to just take anything from you already. They're able to just jump right into your hard drive, into your Apple, and just see exactly what you're doing. They've been able to do this. I don't understand what the big deal is with this whole Apple is fighting the government.
Well, this way it's on the paperwork that they actually. Oh, well, we were just using our normal standard procedure instead of having to get warrants. Instead of going around the NDAA and using the NDAA or using Patriot Act or using any of these these creepy Big Brother laws that are attacked to scare. Because they don't actually ever say that they're. See, once they actually say they're using the NDAA or the Patriot Act in order to spy and use it on paperwork to override the Constitution, what'll happen is that it'll start creating precedent, and then they could use it for harmed individuals, and they will actually have a case. Right now, the fact that the NDAA is still intact in the first place is because it's being jammed up in court because of this one lawsuit, Hedges versus Obama, that they were not, they had a plaintiff that actually wasn't harmed. So once they actually have so they're using now they're trying to use all kinds of.
But now they're using.
They know the law.
Now they're using false flag terror in the news, like this hoax out of San Bernardino. They're saying that Arabs actually got mad and wanted to kill Jews in San Bernardino. Last time I checked, there's nothing but EBT babies riding on handlebars in San Bernardino. There are no Jews in San Bernardino. Period.
No Jews.
So I don't understand what this mass Jew killing and inland regional blah blah blah. There's nothing but freaking Latinos and EBT babies. Everything that the Nazis in Laurel Canyon consider to be undesirables, that's what San Bernardino is. So I'm not buying it. And I'm not buying this whole Farouk blah blah blah, because that's the name of almost every mosque you see anywhere. It's Farouk this, Farouk that, and the name of this kill is Farouk. Anyway, the FBI is trying to use the excuse, the exigent circumstances that, we have to violate everybody's civil liberties because of this terrorist here, because of this patsy that, the stuff on his phone. It just proves how much we fucked up and how much this guy was even part of the agency to begin with. Okay, they shit the bed and they want to change the sheets with this Apple San Bernardino, I want to go through everybody's phone now kind of business.
Yeah.
It's truly what it is.
That's right.
And Apple went as far as writing a letter. I don't buy it, folks. It looks good on paper, but I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it one bit. And just a transition here.
Hey, we called Clyde Lewis.
We did. We did call Clyde. You called Clyde.
Yeah.
It's been like back-to-back weeks that we've called Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis.
Yeah, I called him last Friday about the radioactive situation that's going on at Indian Point.
Seemed fitting that you would call him.
Yeah. Well, it must have been a prophet because, it's not my fault my name's really Jaja. They call me that because... But anyway, but I had a song years ago called... It's on... You can get it on iTunes, folks. It's called Radioactive, right? I produced it in 2006. So 2005, 2006, right before Fukushima. It was before Fukushima. So now, I guess I must have had some... prophetic visions of the world getting all radioactive and using it to attack people. I was looking for just a hot, lyric and shit. And then I heard it in my head, it went to the beat. My producer gave me the beat. I was like, I don't know. It sounds like
but now you have words of prophecy. Now you have words of prophecy. You went on ground zero and you were alerting the entire United States, hell, the entire world, through that AM broadcast about the nuclear power plant leak over at Indian Point here in
I alerted the world to, I made them, actually Clyde looked like he did a whole show based upon my precedented call.
Findings.
Yeah, because I spoke to them the day before, and he's like, oh, we didn't even know, but whatever, so then it was cool though, it was a nice show, he was a good guy. I guess to some extent, he tries to do whatever he can do, but, when you're caught up in those shoes, it's hard to, what I'm saying? It's hard to be you. You got to be whoever. I don't know, some guy called, he was talking about Scalia. He had a whole show about Scalia. We're going to get into
that.
And
we're going to get into the assassination
and somebody
pretty soon
was very hinting. The only person I heard on anybody's talk show host, I don't care what Michael Savage says, it was on Clyde Lewis' show. Somebody called in and said that, mentioned Dick Cheney's name, was there, and I had seen that on the internet that he was around at Scalia, and then he gets a call from some supposed pathologist that was like unprovable.
Sounded like a dirty hitman to me.
Sounded like a hitman, like a Larry Nichols type of dude. You know what I'm saying? He was calling and threatening Clyde. I took offense to that, and even Clyde was like, oh, he's an alleged.
Seemed a little shaken up.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that we're on the subject of Scalia, I want to read Supreme Court Justice Scalia died under questionable circumstances. Now, those questionable circumstances, I mean, he's found in his hotel room with a pillow over his head. I think if there's a lesson to be learned here, Ja, is that you never go on a hunting trip with Dick Cheney.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, but maybe he had no choice.
We saw that on Family Guy.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell. Like, Bruce is like amazing. He's got this real photographic memory and can remember these time, place, words exactly what people say when they said it. Forget about like actually fixing the toilet, paper right, but everything else.
Oh, come on, you're not going to air out my dirty laundry literally here?
Yeah, but Bruce just knew exactly what episode it was with Family Guy. He had heard it, remembered that they mentioned the death of Justice Scalia, and it was on Family Guy, and he just pulls it up out of his memory.
Well, I did my research, and I have it right here for the listening audience to listen, so take a listen.
Be back in time again so I can marry Lois. Man, it's been a busy day. Dick Cheney, the chairman of Halliburton, shot Supreme Court Justice Scalia in a hunting accident, and a bullet went right through him and killed Karl Rove and Tucker Carlson.
What the F? WTF? I mean, I said this was a newer episode. I don't know how new 10 years is, but there you have it. There you have it.
Incredible. And if I was Justice Scalia, I would have been petrified. And if I was Justice Scalia's family, I would be petrified.
No, but here's the thing. You mentioned Scalia's family. They already got to Scalia's family. Apparently, the son is stating that they're doing more harm than good. It's a hurtful distraction. According to the Washington Post, your Scalia's son, conspiracy theories about father's death are a hurtful distraction. What kind of hurtful distraction is that? You have 10 years ago, Family Guy stating that Dick Cheney was going to whack Scalia at a hunting trip.
10 years ago?
Didn't Dick Cheney already whack somebody in a hunting trip too?
It's not the first time
this has happened.
He didn't die, right?
He popped somebody.
He hit him in his
face.
They
figured Darth Cheney is out of control.
And they want to say shit on Russia and like some Russian KGB political murders.
Even Donald Trump. I gotta agree with the Trumpster as of late. He's fighting the Pope. He's
questioning 9/11.
And now he's standing up for Scalia's death, saying that, hey, it was a little weird that he had a pillow over his face. Now, over 79...
My pillow.
Oh, you go bottle of my pillow. Now, freaking that neocon, coleslaw-eating, monster drink slanging midget is selling my pillows too. But enough of that guy. We're talking about Scalia, the dead guy, the guy that the ruler killed, folks. Obama. This goes straight to the freaking jihadi dictator and chief, Obama, I'm telling you folks, over 79% suspect foul play in the death of Anton Scalia. And I tell you, when I first got here to New York, I didn't know much about the Supreme Justice. I've come to figure out that he was extremely conservative, and he was basically the guard dog and the watchdog, making sure that the First Amendment and the Second Amendment were held in their rightful place. You know what I mean? But from these oligarchical psychopaths
on paper
that are trying to just rip it apart. On paper, he was very conservative, very good justice. And as soon as I got here to New York, I mean, I'm walking around the corner to get a pita and loaf of freaking bread with you, and there's these libtards protesting outside of the J Sharp building. They're protesting that he's there, and they're trying to amend the Constitution. I think we got these communist bastards on tape admitting that they're trying to amend the Constitution. So, I mean, Scalia, this is a slippery slope here, folks. I mean, the death of Scalia is going to signal some type of shift with the Supreme Court justices, a more liberal shift, a more progressive shift. This is the same type of shift that if you're a parent in America today, they're giving the power to the progressives, the principals that think they're progressive are going to go vote for Hillary Clinton, all right? They're giving the power to these people who are going to deny you your rights as a parent. That's what's happening. And we're talking about scumbag people. I want to get back to the Supreme Justice. We touched on that. But speaking of scumbags, Bernie Sanders has been confirmed to be a total scumbag, a total bum. Okay, I was listening to Jim Limbaugh the other day. Jim Morrison, whoever the hell, whatever the CIA name gave him, Rush Limbaugh, the scat muncher, and he exposed Bernie for being a bum who pretty much didn't collect a paycheck until he was 40.
Yeah, that was monumental.
And that was for slanging EBT, slanging food stamps.
Yeah, that was monumental.
I knew that guy was a scumbag, but now that comes out, and then you see him hanging out with the FBI informant trash, Al Sharpton. I mean, that's seriously an issue where Marxist scum unite. That should be all over the Daily News. Marxist scum unite. FBI informants and EBT slangers.
Yeah, I don't believe he's Jewish.
But the people are really turning on him now. They've had enough of his freaking socialist commie ways. I heard he was forced to leave a rally. They had enough of his socialism. They booed that dirtbag, that freaking cheap dirtbag. But you said what do you think? You think he's a Mischling? He's hiding all his money and pretending to be a bum? Is that it?
Yeah, I think how does anybody become so well-bred and, it's those kind of like circles of being part of the presidency is not, even Carly Fiorina, I mean, that woman was a spelling.
Ugh, looks like a horse.
But she was a spelling.
Horse-faced women.
She was a spelling. What do you expect? She from the first marriage.
Talk about
Aaron
horse
Spelling. She was a sister of Tory.
So your findings come to say.
Yeah, right.
Right. And we're going back to libtards. I moved here to New York, folks. A lot of libtards. And I figured out right away that they hated this guy Scalia. Me and Ja did around the corner. And who's the biggest libtard spouting the most unisex bullshit ever? It's this libtarded rapper. Not even a rapper. Libtarded rocker, folks, called Claudio Sanchez of Coheed Cambria.
Oh, no, not a rapper.
No. Well, I'm looking at a rapper right in front of me.
Yeah.
So I said rapper, but really, I mean, this libtarded rocker, folks, this guy Claudio, who was actually laughing, mocking, making fun of Anton Scalia's murder.
And this creep moved down the block from us, didn't he?
Well, here's the thing.
And he's also stealing from you now.
Well, I had a band called The Predest, folks. Right? I used my Christian name. All right, this is the name that God gave me to be on the radio, Bruce Montalvo. But I was a rocker myself, and I've been around as long as this guy's band has been around. And I believe that they went in and maybe looked at one or things from the past and maybe possibly reappropriated. I mean, I have the master right here.
Not reappropriated. That means that you appropriated and you stole it from them and they reappropriated it back.
Okay,
to them.
They might have taken something from El Gran Montalvo's music vault. But anyway, they can take this latest song here. If you go to YouTube and you type in Bruce Montalvo destroys libtard rocker Claudio Sanchez of Coheed and Cambria, you'll see I created a nice medley, beautiful melody, describing who this guy is. Basically, I had to crush this libtard, folks, for laughing at Scalia's assassination. I had to crush this guy.
That is so rude.
And if this guy comes around, I'm going to shave his freaking head.
Yeah.
Just like Donald Trump shaved Vince McMahon's head. Claudio, you hear me? Not only can I do pinch harmonics better than you, but I'm one hell of a barber, and I will shave your freaking head. He's screaming right now, wherever he is.
He's loving it. You're giving him attention. He just loves that unisex attention, doesn't he? With his long hair and his high-pitched voice.
It disgusted me. I can't hear Second Stage Turbine Blade anymore.
Jerry Garcia.
This guy's a libtard.
His grandfather looks like Jerry Garcia, who figured out the math, and his great-grandfather is none other than Max Schmeling.
He looks like a Schmeling.
And his entire agenda, the Coheed and Cambria, is all based on like Nazi lore and like stories and like
he'll tell you it's some comic book he came up with.
Makes up
all the
story.
lyrics,
they don't got an excuse for everything, don't you?
All the lyrics point to some type of Nazi ideology. I mean, the guy even goes as far as putting a Nazi armband on
and gets his haircuts.
Oh yeah, one of them looks like Hitler.
The Hitler and the. There was so much stuff, though, you found. Anyway,
it's these type of people that get jobs in the media and the music now.
It's the altar.
If you have a butt chin and your chin needs toilet paper.
Skid marks. If you have a skid mark making tushy on your chin.
If you could play power chords with your butt chin, then the New World Order has a job for you.
Girls included.
Hillary Clinton's going to use you for your freaking ad campaign. For her ad campaign, she's going to use fucking Favor House Atlantic, whatever shitty song that promotes trannies that you guys have.
I think even Scarlett Johansson has a butt on her chin, too.
They all have butts on their chin.
Yeah, they all do. You know?
They all have butts on their chins. Now, going back to the sad death of this conservative judge that libtards like this asshole I'm making fun of think they could laugh at, folks, who basically ensured their civil liberties. These libtards are laughing at these brave people. I mean, it's just ridiculous to me. I can't fathom how people can't understand that the CIA has an actual heart attack gun. I mean, they could have went in there and just popped Scalia with a heart attack gun and then just gently put a pillow over his face. I mean, this reminds me of the JFK days. I mean, why not? I mean, I turn on the GOP debate now. What do I see? I see Cruz, I see Rubio, I see two guys that are absolute freaking Fruit Loops, but look like they come from Cuba, from some type of Richard Nixon Operation Gone Wrong, some type of Operation 40 candidates. I mean, it's just they're whacking candidates now. They're putting these Operation 40 Cuban candidates to represent Latinos. I mean, it's just a complete, total insanity.
So what's the show that we were watching on Hulu? 11/23/65. What was it?
It's 11/23/66.
66.
Right.
And it's like monumental
it's
information.
Got James Franco. They're going over the
Spielberg.
JFK assassination. Now, James Franco goes back into like a time warp. There's like CERN, some type of space portal.
Yeah, it goes in the back of this guy's closet and it lets him into to try to kill.
Closet. Hey, that's where you'd find Franco.
Yeah, it goes into the closet.
Yeah. You know? I wonder who's in there. Seth Rogen's in there.
Comes out the other end and there they are into a different time warp, and it's just amazing, actually, and just something kind of dawned on both Bruce and I this week, and I don't know how we actually thought of it, but I kept saying Oswald is alive. Because just looking into that Lavoy Finnegan's murder and all this psyoping.
What murder? It was fake.
Right,
it was a psyop. And here's the thing: there's some trash, some redneck trash out there trying to sue the government for $666 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
More proof that it's a psyop.
Right. So that just gave me thought that Oswald was just an agent. So I said, what the hell does the guy look like? So I pulled his nigga up, right? I look at this guy's face, I'm like, oh my God, this guy looks just like Adam Kokesh.
It looks like our favorite Illuminati family, the Bundys. It turns out that she did a facial comparison on most of the provocateurs and spokesmen that are currently locked up. The militia men who left a bunch of shit. They left a trench of shit at the wildlife refuge. It's all over the news on Gawker that these militia men, these poop triots, actually shit. They shit all over the land. They wanted the land so much that they shit all over it. You imagine that fat-ass Debbie Ding Dongs, the one that's going around stealing cars from rental agencies now? That one?
Oh my God.
Imagine how much shit she left over there at that wildlife refuge.
After eating all that free food.
No, after eating all those cans
What
of
did they have,
freaking...
porta potties?
After eating all those cans of Campbell's Chunky freaking Super Bowl soup or whatever those GMO cans that these patriots, it's chili. They're eating their chili out there and they had their dildos and all that. Shit all over the land. They just shat all over the land,
Nasty,
folks. I mean, it was definitely a dirty operation.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And now guess what? There's even more shit because hopefully these Bundy bloodline provocateurs are taking it up the shitter in jail.
But we highly doubt it.
But we kind of think they're getting lobster and getting treated like Goodfellas. Like with the lobsters and the cheese and all the good stuff that they
showed us a
jail.
picture of them going in with their heads down, and then they do have a back door with a
You know what? I think they're treating them like Al Capone. Al Capone had a nice little radio. He had an ottoman. He had an Indian rug when he was in jail. So who knows? I mean, it's Bundy bloodlines, folks. It's a high-level psyop.
It's a joke. They're just going to give him another name. Okay, because the news is Clive and Bundy is Lee Harvey Oswald.
According to you, you think that it could be Oswald.
It could be,
Oswald faked his death. We don't know. That's what you're thinking.
I'm almost like, okay,
it ends up sounding like Dallas Goldbug.
I don't care about that.
That
guy's right, like a little bit of the time, but not. He clouds it. All right. The fact is, he will say that a person is that. Most of the time, I won't say that a person is that person. The fact is that I got the inkling that Oswald never died, and when I pulled him up and I looked at the dates, now Oswald is about a 4 or 5 year difference from the given paperwork on Clive and Bundy. You know, it could be a brother. I mean, there's too many certain characteristics in his face.
You're missing the bombshell, though. The bombshell was that we were watching 11/23/63, and Clive and Bundy, folks, actually makes a cameo appearance and walks through there as she suspects that Oswald, which to me sounds just insane. But, I mean, put their faces together.
Just put it together.
Put their faces together, and you'll feel even more insane. But here's the thing. He makes an appearance. Now, if you go...
Bundy!
If you follow us on her Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, you'll see the pictures. You'll see the pictures on her before it's news.
It's like the third episode of that. While they're in the...
post. Put that up.
Tell them what scene it was in, Bruce. You know exactly. It was a rally.
The scene where they're going backstage... he's following George de Mohrenschildt, the Nazi French spy who was Oswald Handler. He follows him into the backstage party for the Kennedy rally, and then Cliven's walking up the stage. He's walking up the stairs onto the main stage, and you never see him his full frontal. You see
his side,
his
and back,
and that 10-gallon hat. These Bundy bloodline militia bastards freaking like to wear.
But you see his whole stature, you see his walk, you see his gait, and you see his face on the whole side profile. You see his hat. It's the same hat, too.
Anyway, he's in there. It's in there. It's dirty.
It's amazing.
Dirty
I had just figured it out, and then I thought, what's to stop Hollywood Nazi ran this show? You know, the whole Nazis running everything. Anyway, what's to stop them from sticking the real Oswald in it? You know, maybe Clyde's going to make an appearance, and then before I even had a chance to verbalize it, Bruce screamed out, "Yo, there's Clyde!" I said, "What?"
Cliven. Yes, he was there.
Sorry.
Anyway, that is the bombshell, folks. The major bombshell, the news on these Bundy bloodline, high-level satanic bastards. That's why they want to sue the government for $666 million. And going back to Scalia, folks, going back to Scalia, if that went over your head, the fact that Obama basically murdered this guy, was the ruler who had this guy killed. He gave the direct order to do it.
Obama's not the
ruler. He gave
ruler.
the green light. He's the ruler so far. He's the lame duck ruler. And here's the thing. He skipped Scalia's funeral. He said, as everyone is basically giving their last praises to Scalia, he said, yeah, I'm not going to go. I might go and see him when they have him at this place they have him, but I'm not going to go to the funeral. So there you go. He couldn't go. He couldn't bear to see what he did. That he whacked a conservative judge. I mean, what am I going to be labeled a radical kook for saying this? Or are they going to call me a 9/11 truther? Is that what they're going to say? Because I believe the government whacked Scalia. I mean, all the traces are there.
Okay, but Bruce, the fact is that Obama wasn't there hanging out at the hunting party. It looks like Dick Cheney was.
It definitely is Dick Cheney, and that's one thing that nobody's mentioning. That here you have this, what we played earlier, we played a clip of Family Guy, basically, the predictive programming, admitting to the world what they're going to do before they do it. Again, the revelation of the method. They're going to tell you what they're going to do before they do it in this whacking, this deliberate hit of the justice. But it's just crazy, folks. I mean, I'm not sitting here endorsing Trump either. I mean, what did Trump just say recently? He said that torture works. He said torture works, says he absolutely would approve of waterboarding. He'll also make it much worse. So there you have this Jesuit shill, because he's trained by the Jesuits at their learning institutions, basically saying that the third degree is all good, it's ready to go, that he would continue and basically enable the CIA to torture anyone, especially under this NDAA. They could torture anyone. What did he say? He said the Pope is disgraceful. I believe the Pope is disgraceful. Yes, I mean, I said it last week. So this guy Trump's stealing lines from me, but at the same time, what did he say? He said the Pope, he respects the Pope, or the position of Pope, right? I mean, this bastard, they're making him out to be Pope versus Trump, but really, I mean, okay, he had one zinger. He said, oh, well, this guy's got bigger walls than you could imagine back at Vatican City. And totally, I mean, the Pope is a complete and total hypocrite going around saying that Trump isn't a real Christian. Yeah, right, that's a ruse. Fact of the matter is that the Pope's coming over here to proselytize and preach open borders and one world government. And basically he's saying, he's taking a stand that he's against the drug cartels. If that were so, they'd abolish the CIA and you'd see the drug cartels would disappear, because that's what the drug cartels in Mexico consist of. So this Pope is just a complete and total just abomination, calling himself God.
Yeah. The Pope, the dope, I hope it was his last Christmas.
Oh yeah, we're not supposed to have another Christmas this year, according to the Pope. And we're supposed to rip each other to shreds. Kind of like this Polish magazine depicts the rape of Europe. So apparently they have Lady Europe being tugged and pulled at by just a whole bunch of just migrants, basically depicting the Islamization of Europe. What do you think of that? They show a cover where this woman that has like a Europe dress is getting just raped on a cover.
Yeah,
they're promoting the Islamic rape of Europe.
Yeah, they're pushing that whole rape agenda. I was listening earlier, and that just seems to be the new hot topic. They're selling books about rape, and I think that was a whole fetish fantasy. It was an experiment, and you have to see everything. when you're looking at things like this, you can never really rationalize it. You just have to take a few steps back and see the action and understand the repercussions and understand that the people that created the crisis, they did so with, in part, the intention and the reverbification. Anyway, the reverb effect, reverbification effect.
I got a toothpick in my mouth as I'm talking.
No, I'm saying like the reverb effect, the echoing effect of what they do. So, like, they're gonna bring in Syrians into little blonde Frankfurt, and that's
what they're showing on the cover. They're showing a blonde girl getting ripped to shreds by like freaking 8 guys.
Yeah,
the total gangbang of Europe.
You were looking at that. You were getting hot.
It was on Drudge Report, so Drudge and all the patronuts were getting hot, I guess. Not me. I get hot when I look at you. But we're talking about the subject. The subject matter here is the rape of Europe.
What I'm talking about is that there's a lot of fetishes, and the people that are in power think it's hysterical, and they love how many women got raped. Oh, they probably psyched up those guys right before they went to the square and told them they should go and they should grab. It's a free-for-all. It's a free-for-all. It's time to get back, grab the girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that those guys must have been stupid enough to be mind-fucked enough to do that. You know? Like, people don't really work in tandem, like flash mob style, unless they're being coaxed and coached. So, you know.
I get you. Now, speaking of mind-fucked, there's no bigger mind-fuckery than Bill Clinton wearing a dress. Now, what do you think of that? Bill Clinton's ex-mistress says he wore her frilly nightie and danced. These stories that come out about the Clintons are just outrageous. I mean, just the other day, there was a picture of Hillary basically just sitting on Bill's lap, doing everything to prevent him from being close to Lebensborn performer Britney Spears. So you see Clinton doing everything she can to protect Britney Spears from the rapist, the madman, the lip biter, Bill Clinton.
Maybe so. I don't know. You know, I don't really follow it like that, but you do.
Look, the fact of the matter is that Bill is a rapist, and we have to do everything. And so is Hillary.
He's calling presidents rapists and
she's a hardcore lesbian, Hillary Clinton. She has to be kept out of the White House, because if Hillary gets into the White House, she's going to put out a mandate that states that I can't have steak because I might beat my wife one day. So I get to lose steak. Okay? And it turns out that Jesse Ventura, I have it right here, Jesse Ventura's favorite pastime, okay, has endorsed Hillary Clinton. Now, you know what Jesse Ventura's favorite pastime is? Going to the bunny ranch. So here you have hookers for Hillary Clinton in the corner of the Nevada Caucasus. Yeah, now they have hookers, dirty hookers, that Jesse Ventura probably slept with, endorsing Hillary Clinton.
Nice. But I wanted to correct you, Bruce, that you said that Obama did not pay respect at all, and that's not the truth, and I didn't think so when you said
he didn't go to his funeral.
Yeah, well, there were 2 minutes he was there. They just upset that he wasn't there long enough. He just came and went. So you got it a little bit wrong.
He probably walked by his body afterwards.
Whatever.
Look, I was talking about Hillary Clinton now. Now, what do you make of the fact that she's the biggest bigot, most race-baiting bigot, probably bigger than Al Sharpton?
How could she be a bigot if her girlfriend is
more hummus? What?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Why is she always coughing when she's speaking? Looks like she's choking on something. She's like, she's always coughing. They ask her a question and she starts just hacking right on stage. I mean, that woman is a complete criminal. Is that really what we have to look forward to? Just total gangster criminal? Is this really what we have to look forward to?
Why do people care about the presidency? Why aren't they like worried about their local officials more than the president? You see,
my local officials are going to poison the water here.
Yeah, right. So
kill me in NYC.
Right, exactly. More than the president has power. See what I'm saying? Like, we have Cuomo, and people should people should step up to Mario Cuomo, and they're supposed to shut down Indian Point because the levels are up to like 85,000%. It's leakage in our water. We have smelly water a couple of weeks ago that smelled similar to the Croton on the Hudson smell of cat urine that was supposedly being used, and they use kitty litter to absorb radioactive waste. And I linked, actually, I used a very interesting search with tight closed quotes of cat litter and Indian Point, and you'll see that there were shipments of cat litter to Indian Point months ago, and they use that stuff to absorb radioactive waste, and they must have gotten some even used cat litter where there was cat's urine smell. So the cat urine smell that we smelt in our water in Brooklyn was definitely radioactive, toxified nuclear waste, and then we threw it out. We do not drink the water anymore. I do not, and they're not doing anything,
Absolutely.
And it's whitewashing the media.
And if Hillary Clinton gets elected, the whole just water system, the whole aqueduct's going to be wrecked. Just like Rome. She's going to make sure that it's destroyed. And we're all going to go to hell in the handbasket very soon if the reptilian and chief, this lizard just wench, this scaly bitch gets elected. I mean, I just see total Armageddon if she gets elected. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just become outrageous. Now I can't even have a spaghetti and meatballs.
I look at Armageddon every time
because
the
Parmesan cheese I'm putting on my spaghetti and meatballs isn't really Parmesan cheese.
Oh, that was so
wood.
Disgusting.
Now it's
cellulose.
wood.
It's a good thing. I always wondered why that stuff that was already grated looked like mad cheap and stuff. I was like, why is that stuff cheaper than like the real stuff? And even the real stuff, the Bella Grosso, they were showing packages of. Fuck that, man. You just gotta eat everything organic, and that's it. And the only way you could fight these people is fighting with your dollar, and you have to do it any way you can. And if it is just spend a few more dollars on organic, then just do it.
Actually, folks, if you want to spend a few more dollars supporting the Bruce Montalvo Show and the sponsors that help make the Bruce Montalvo Show possible, you could be sure to go to eastbymall.com and use coupon code BruceNY, save 10% on the entire store. If you want to own what Bond owns, if you want the best in CCTV surveillance systems and just spy gadgets, spy pens, and you want the best organic tea, be sure to go to lacharmteausa.com and also use coupon code BruceNY. And Ja's got all sorts of specials for you at our Etsy stores as well.
Yeah, we're having a 50% off sale, and it won't be lasting any much longer than 2 more days. And if you spend $50, there's an extra coupon code at our store at the top of it. And if you spend $200, there's an extra 10%. So that's 60% off on some of our really high-end stuff, which is
what kind
really
of coupon codes? What are
great.
The coupon codes?
I don't know. They have to go to our store, which is at Etsy.com. That's ETSY.com/shop/Antique Obsessions with an S at the end.
And conceptual subculture.
And conceptual subculture also. So that's a different tribal kind of stuff.
So those are the stores, the sponsors that help support the Bruce Montalvo Show. Now we're coming to an end of this episode, folks. Now, just want to do a quick recap. If you're on Facebook, remember that you can't say Arab, and you can't even criticize Islam anymore. You can't say that the Jesuits wrote the Quran, because the Nazi Facebook police and their commie communitarian community will come after you. But do they do the same thing to all the Jew haters out there?
Right.
Okay, right now they're just targeting you if you say Arab. But
it doesn't matter what you say, obviously.
But, I mean, there are way worse people that are spouting off all sorts of nonsense.
Would you say it was racist if somebody said Mexicans can't fight? What would you say?
Well, that's not true.
Well, then you would argue with it intellectually.
It's a fact, yes, absolutely.
Well, then if they had a point to argue, then they should have brought some facts to the case instead of trying to shut you down.
Exactly. And I brought facts. I brought facts to the case. It's very funny, folks, me making fun of Amir Khan there. But how about that Manny Pacquiao, before we go, revealing that he's a fan of the Bruce Montalvo show, saying that gays are worse than animals. Basically, I mean, he hears me go after the Pope and all the fruits over in the Catholic Church. He hears me going after Kanye West. But here's the thing. I think that he himself is a bacala.
That's what I was trying to say before, but you wouldn't let me. They have the prettiest transsexuals over there in the Philippines. You can't even tell them apart. So, and he's kind of like slight, right? I mean, that's what they all do. They love the trannies, Bruce.
I love to sing. I love to go toe to toe. I have
He probably goes toe to toe with ballerina shoes.
I think that all gays are worse than animals, and I have a song and I want to sing. Para sa'yo, Jotos. Para sa'yo, Joto, Bakla, Puto. Right? That's Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
That's what it is. He likes it that way. That's what he likes to
go toe to
toe.
He lost his Nike endorsement.
Mm-hmm. Well, he didn't care because they told him he either had to come out.
He's already go down the drain anyway. I mean, how old is he? Like 39? I mean, how long could he fight? And all the steroids that he took? I mean, that guy was roided up. They called him the Mexicutioner at one point. He was like beating up all the Mexican legends. I mean, but here's the thing. He also fought a tranny himself, so I wonder how much he hates Oscar De La Hoya now.
Okay, so
that guy's a tranny too.
He likes to go toe-to-toe with the trannies.
He did go toe-to-toe with the tranny. He fought Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, probably before, during, and after. Right?
Oh, and guess what? Maybe he was referring to Floyd,
and he likes it strong.
Maybe he was referring to Floyd, too, because we know that Floyd is a bacala with your boy, 50 Cent. They like to count money, behind closed doors and stuff. So who knows? We don't know if either Manny's a little insecure or he's, right on the level with Donald Trump. So,
but he likes it animalistic. But maybe he's just saying, these gay men are so animals. They're worse than animals, and he wants animalistic sex.
All I know is that this guy should not be allowed anywhere near a mic and sing, because his songs are atrocious. Para sa'yo, ang laban na to.
I don't know.
Oh, folks. Well, we've come to the end of another epic edition, another 15 rounds with Bruce and Ja here on the Bruce Montalvo Show. And I thank everyone who's been listening, tuning in live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern on TalkStream Live, and listening to us on Spreaker. Ja, say goodbye, Ja.
Bye, peace.
Talk to y'all later. Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to eBay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on eBay.com.
Hi, this is Jaja. Come shop with us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Sign up for Poshmark using our code Anti-Culture. That way you can have $5 in your pocket when you join up and you can buy something from our store. We have mad stuff like upcycle things, Armani, Hurley, O'Neill. We upcycling all kinds of things like LL Bean. And plus we got our tie-dyes and just mad stuff. Just come check us out. Also you can sell your own stuff too using the Poshmark app. But sign in first using our code Anti-Culture. And you can find us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Or when you're up in there, just at Anti-Culture us. And you can look under the people. Check you out. Peace.